The first time God took her baby away, but later gave her another blessing for her loss. The sun rose gently over the village of Ekoma, nestled in the heart of the African savanna. The people of Ekoma were known for their vibrant traditions, rich folklore, and strong sense of community. Among them was a young woman named Amina, whose beauty and kindness were renowned throughout the land. Amina stood by the river, her deep brown eyes reflecting the golden hues of dawn. She wore a brightly patterned chiton dress, adorned with intricate beadwork, and her hair was braided in an elaborate style typical of the Ekoma women. Her heart was full of hope as she awaited the birth of her first child. Amina's husband, Kofi, was a skilled hunter. He had carved a small wooden cradle for their unborn child, embellishing it with symbols of protection and prosperity. The village buzzed with excitement, for the birth of a child was a communal celebration. Kofi returned from the hunt, his strong frame silhouetted against the evening sky. He handed Amina a beautiful carved amulet, a token of his love and hope for their child. The village elders blessed the couple, their wrinkled faces glowing with wisdom and warmth. The day of childbirth arrived, but instead of joy, it brought sorrow. Despite the midwives' efforts, Amina's baby was stillborn. The village mourned with her, and Amina's cries of despair echoed through the night. Amina lay in her hut, the shadows of grief etched on her face. Her chiton dress now seemed dull, her once bright eyes clouded with tears. Kofi held her close, his own eyes filled with silent agony. Outside, the villagers lit candles and sang softly, offering their support. The village healer, Mama Nia, visited Amina. She was a revered figure, known for her wisdom and connection to the spiritual world. Mama Nia brought herbs and spoke words of comfort, reminding Amina that life's journey included both joy and pain. Mama Nia, with her wise eyes and gentle hands, prepared a herbal potion. She wore a traditional healer's garb, made from animal skins and decorated with feathers and shells. She placed a reassuring hand on Amina's shoulder, her presence bringing a semblance of peace. Amina spent weeks in quiet reflection, surrounded by the love and support of her village. She visited the sacred grove, seeking solace in the ancient baobab tree that stood as a symbol of life and endurance. Amina sat beneath the baobab tree, her hands resting on its gnarled roots. She wore a simple, white linen dress, signifying a time of mourning and reflection. The grove was serene, with the sounds of birds and the rustling leaves creating a tranquil atmosphere. One night, Amina dreamt of a radiant woman dressed in flowing white robes. The woman smiled and told her that her sorrow would soon turn to joy, for the spirits had destined her for a special blessing. Amina woke up, her heart filled with hope. She described the woman from her dream to Mama Nia, who listened intently. The healer nodded, her eyes twinkling with understanding. "The spirits have spoken," she said. Amina and Kofi decided to focus on the future. They worked together in the fields, planting seeds not only in the soil but also in their hearts. Their bond grew stronger, fortified by shared grief and hope. Kofi and Amina stood side by side in the fields, their hands dirty from planting seeds. They wore simple farming clothes, and their faces were lit with determination. The wide expanse of the savanna stretched out before them, a symbol of endless possibilities. The people of Ekoma rallied around Amina and Kofi. They held a village feast to honor the couple's resilience and to celebrate the strength of their community. Music, dance, and laughter filled the air. The villagers gathered in the central square, dancing to the rhythm of drums. Amina and Kofi were at the heart of the celebration, their smiles genuine and bright. Colorful decorations and the aroma of delicious food added to the festive atmosphere. One morning, Amina found an abandoned baby at the edge of the village. The child was wrapped in a beautiful cloth, and a note explained that the mother could not care for him. Amina's heart swelled with compassion and love. Amina cradled the baby in her arms, tears of joy streaming down her face. The infant was wrapped in a vibrant cloth, and his tiny hands reached out as if recognizing his new mother. The villagers gathered around, murmuring blessings and words of encouragement. Amina and Kofi named the baby Nuru, meaning light. They felt that Nuru was a gift from the spirits, a new light in their lives to heal their wounds. The village held a naming ceremony, celebrating the arrival of the new member. The naming ceremony was a vibrant affair, with Amina and Kofi standing proudly with baby Nuru. They wore traditional attire, richly decorated with beads and feathers. The village shaman performed the rites, invoking blessings from the ancestors. As Nuru grew, he brought immense joy to Amina and Kofi. The child was curious and bright, learning quickly from the stories and lessons of the elders. He became a beloved figure in the village. Nuru, now a few years older, played with other children under the watchful eyes of Amina and Kofi. The children wore simple traditional garments and played games that had been passed down through generations. The village was alive with their laughter. One night, Nuru had a dream similar to Amina's. He saw a radiant woman who told him that he had a special destiny. When he told his parents, they took him to Mama Nia, who saw this as a powerful sign. Mama Nia sat with Nuru, her eyes filled with wisdom. She wore her healer's attire, and the hut was filled with the scent of burning incense. She listened to Nuru's dream and nodded, seeing the connection to the spiritual realm. Mama Nia took Nuru under her wing, teaching him the ways of the healer and the secrets of the spiritual world. Nuru showed great promise, his natural intuition and empathy guiding him. Nuru, now an apprentice healer, mixed herbs under Mama Nia's guidance. He wore simple clothes suitable for a young healer in training, and his eyes sparkled with curiosity and dedication. Mama Nia watched him with pride, seeing the potential in his every move. One day, a severe illness spread through Ekoma, affecting many villagers. It was Nuru's first true test as a healer. He worked tirelessly with Mama Nia, applying the knowledge he had learned to save his people. Nuru tended to the sick, his hands steady as he administered herbal remedies. He wore a protective cloth over his face, a sign of the seriousness of the situation. The villagers lay on mats, their faces showing both pain and hope as they received care. Through Nuru's efforts and the guidance of Mama Nia, the illness was eventually eradicated. The village celebrated his bravery and skill, and Nuru earned the respect and admiration of all. The villagers gathered in the central square once again, this time to honor Nuru. He stood tall beside Mama Nia, both dressed in traditional healer's robes. The villagers danced and sang, their joy palpable as they celebrated their young hero. As Nuru grew older, he continued to receive dreams and visions from the spirits. One particularly vivid dream revealed that he was destined to lead his people to a new era of prosperity and peace. Nuru sat by the river, deep in thought after another powerful dream. He wore a simple yet elegant robe, and his face showed a mixture of determination and contemplation. The river flowed gently, mirroring his thoughts as he pondered his destiny. With Mama Nia's blessing, Nuru set out on a journey to gather knowledge and wisdom from other tribes. He believed that understanding different cultures would help him fulfill his destiny. Nuru embarked on his journey, carrying a small bag of essentials. He wore a traveling cloak and carried a walking stick. The savannah stretched out before him, vast and full of potential. He looked back at his village one last time, a mix of excitement and sadness in his eyes. During his travels, Nuru learned from various tribes, each with its own unique traditions and wisdom. He absorbed their teachings, understanding that unity and diversity were key to a thriving community. Nuru sat with elders from a distant tribe, dressed in their traditional attire. They shared stories and knowledge around a campfire, the flames casting a warm glow on their faces. Nuru listened intently, his mind open to new perspectives. Nuru returned to Ekoma, his heart and mind enriched by his journey. He brought back new ideas and practices, ready to lead his people into a brighter future. The villagers welcomed him with open arms. Nuru entered the village, greeted by cheers and smiles from the villagers. He wore a combination of his traditional attire and elements from the cultures he visited, symbolizing the unity he aimed to foster. Amina and Kofi stood proudly at the forefront, tears of joy in their eyes. Under Nuru's leadership, Ekoma flourished. He combined the wisdom of his ancestors with new knowledge, fostering unity and prosperity. Amina and Kofi's hearts swelled with pride, knowing that Nuru's destiny had brought their village to a new era of peace and growth. Nuru stood on a hill overlooking the thriving village of Ekoma, his face serene and confident. He wore the robes of a respected leader, adorned with symbols from his journey. The village below was bustling with activity, a testament to the blessings that had come from sorrow. The story of Amina, Kofi, and Nuru became a cherished tale in Ekoma, passed down through generations. It reminded the villagers that from great sorrow could come immense blessings, and that unity and resilience were the keys to overcoming any challenge. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey through the story of Amina, Kofi, and Nuru. We hope this tale of resilience, hope, and community has touched your heart and inspired you. If you enjoyed this story, please consider supporting our channel. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more captivating African folktales and stories that celebrate our rich heritage and traditions. Like this video if it resonated with you. Comment below with your thoughts and what part of the story moved you the most. Share this story with your friends and family to spread the wisdom and beauty of our culture. Your support helps us continue to bring you more stories that entertain and inspire. Thank you for being a part of our community.